So I've been wanting to do this series for a while, and maybe I should have done it a little bit sooner. I found out that Volume 1 just came out this past Wednesday, and unfortunately that's going to be the only one that we get from it, and I'm super bummed. The book that I'm talking about, of course, is Fairlady. Quick backdrop to the story. So there's this war, and our main character, Jenner, posed as a man so she could go fight. And once the soldiers had to come back and rejoin society, a lot of them decided to become fair men, which is like a private investigator, detective kind of person. And so she becomes the first ever fair lady. She lives in this tower that this wizard hired her to do security work for. Her best friend's a cat, and the land that they live in looks like it's from the Renaissance, but it's also this giant robot body that's been decaying for hundreds of years. So there's this little like steampunk feel that's in the back. I'm really bummed about this series. I really enjoyed seeing it on the shelf every Wednesday, and to know it's not going to be there anymore is really a bummer. The thing I liked about it most is that like each issue felt like it was a complete and full story. Like there wasn't too many cliffhangers. You didn't need to know a whole bunch in order to pick up like number 2 or number 3 if they didn't have number 1. And it read so smoothly, it honestly felt like a TV show most of the times. Like I felt like I was just watching an episode of like Psych or something. It also gives you this cool little description on the front page for each one, and so really anything you needed to know was just in this little paragraph. You can just pick up and go. And for $3.99, there wasn't very many ads. You get a full complete story. The artwork's great. I'm really bummed that this series isn't going to get to make more than just the 5. The first volume is $16.99. It's a little bit more expensive than Image's usual $9.99 for the first volume. But I heard that was because they were trying to make up for a loss on all of the issues that they had printed out. Now, I'm not saying that this is what happened. I'm not saying that it's a problem. I'm not saying that people are out here ruining series because of the flipping and selling and all of that. But if I had to take a guess on why something so cool and intricate was canceled, I'm gonna blame speculators. So some people like to predict what comics are gonna do really well, what's gonna be a hit, and for Fairlady they weren't wrong. But my guess was that number 1 all got bought up and resold on eBay. So when they went to a second printing, they had this number, and they thought that the book was going to do really well. But when no one went back for number 2, 3, or 4, by 5 they just called it a loss, and they just put it in a volume instead. And it's super unfortunate because this isn't the first series that it's happened to. This isn't the first series that it's gonna happen to, and there's gonna be a lot of material that just doesn't get to see its full potential because of it. I try to recommend Fairlady as much as possible. Again, if you're a new reader, it's nothing hard to get into. If you're just looking for one issue where you want something like quick and don't want to have to deal with a book or whatnot, pick up any of the numbers. You might even be able to find them on sale in comic book shops by now. But really, I wish people could just go back to reading when it comes to number 1s in comics. There's been a handful of times where I've went in to pick up something and it's already been bought up, and I can only find it on eBay for like $20, and then it's discouraging. Like, I don't want to pick up this series, I didn't have number 1, I guess I'll wait for the volume. But even then, do you want to pick up a whole volume of something that you don't know about? Like, it's such a rough game to play. But if you can, please give Fairlady a fair chance. If you pick it up for yourself, pick it up for a friend to make them read it. If you pirate it and then go buy the volume because you needed to test it out, whatever. just get it out there, demand they make more, or tell me why you absolutely hated it and I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm interested because I think this is great. I definitely think this could have been picked up in another medium. It could have easily been a TV show. It's funny. The mysteries, again, are well put together. It's just an awesome series, and I would hate for it to just be swept under the rug or lost forever. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I got.